Hi teachers, here's a fun idea for 2nd Nephi chapter 1. When you come into the lesson outline right here, there's this hidden picture activity that you can do with your students where you give them 1 minute to see how many of these hidden objects they can find in the picture. Keep it to a minute. We don't want this to be too long, but let them have some fun with it and see how many they can find in that time. Then let them know you're going to transition into 2nd Nephi chapter 1 and you're going to do a hidden pictures hidden principles activity in 2nd Nephi chapter 1 today. Explain to them that they're going to see 6 pictures and they're going to be trying to match which verses go with which picture. So you could do this in teams where they could be scanning the whole chapter as a team with 2 or 3 of them. You could have them do it individually. It's however you want. The idea is to get them in this chapter and let them really pick apart these verses and then see which verses go with which pictures. So here are the pictures, and I start off with an example right here so you can see this picture of Jerusalem being destroyed. You could read with the class verse 3 and 4 and help them to see how that would be a match to that picture. You're going to want to take a little bit of time, as it suggests in the lesson outline, to talk to them about principles and what a principle is, and help them through this first one right here in verses 3 and 4. As you look at this picture and read these verses, help them to see this principle. We can be protected by the Lord by following His warnings. Just a simple statement of truth that could be applied to us in a wide variety of circumstances, as Elder Scott said. I really love this quote by Elder Scott. It's not in the lesson manual, but it's been one of my favorites for a long time. So I put it right there at the top so the students can keep referencing that. But then invite the students to take it a step further and to focus on the Savior by asking this question: what do these verses teach me about Jesus Christ? Well, I love the fact that it shows us just how merciful Jesus Christ is in leading them away out of Jerusalem instead of leaving them and letting them being destroyed with the wicked. So a simple truth about Christ that will be powerful for these youth as you go back and talk about these. So have them go ahead and, after you give them that example, and work through the rest of these pictures. Again, the verses they can choose from are right down here below, so they're going to have 6 pictures, 6 options to choose from. I did throw in this one cross-reference here. I love it, where Mormon talks about how the Nephites missed the opportunity to have been clasped in the arms of Jesus. It's a powerful image, as is this verse right here with verse 15. This picture right here, Nephi, at the start of the chapter in verses 1 and 2, Lehi talks to his sons about how merciful the Lord was, despite the fact of their rebellions upon the sea, as he talks about. So this one right here has to do with awaking and arising, my son, and he uses that image over and over again, and break the chains wherewith you're bound. This one are just the verses about Nephi here at the end of the chapter, 24 through 29. And I specifically love the verses that talk about if you'll listen to Nephi, the Lord's going to bless you and prosper you. And simple principle might be something like, when I follow the Lord's prophets, I know that I am blessed. What do these verses teach me about Jesus Christ? That He loves us enough to give us prophets in these last days. Anyway, have fun with this. This one's all the verses right here that talk about the promised land, verses 5 through 12. He tells his sons to arise from the dust, and I would have a fun discussion with that of what do you think dust is an image of? The Lord wants us to rise up out of the things of the world, those things which cause us to be dirty spiritually. You could even mention pornography, or let them come up with some of those things that dust us, that we want to rise up and live our lives above that. You could cross-reference this with Doctrine and Covenants 59, where the Lord gives the Sabbath day to the saints when they settle in Missouri, and He says, if you want to keep yourselves unspotted from the world, live the Sabbath day. So that's section 59, and I don't remember the verse. It's about 8 or 9 right in there. Keep yourself unspotted from the world. Anyway, hope you have a great experience with this. You will be in the scriptures from start to finish as you do this activity. You will definitely be learner-focused as you help them to learn how to find these principles and let them share these with you, especially what they learn about the Savior from these verses. And you will be Christ-centered from beginning to end, as all of these verses are teaching us something about our Savior. Hope you have a wonderful week. I sure love each of you. I pray for you, and hope you're having a good year. Hang in there as we go down the home stretch here, starting with February. At least we have some warmer weather. Take care, teachers.